What you guys are looking at right now is the ROG Xbox Ally X. They need to shorten these names. ROG Xbox Ally X. 8 syllables, bro. Respectfully, I just bought that Ally X like less than a year ago. I could give a less of a damn about this new device because I don't need an upgrade. But what I do care about is this software. No way in hell they're not allowing other people to get access to this software other than this handheld. If they're able to put this on every Windows-based handheld, this is going to be a game changer. For those who are not aware of what's going on right now, ASUS collabed with Microsoft to make this air quotes Xbox. Well, actually, this isn't an Xbox. This is a collaboration. I don't care, bro. This is gonna bring some more normies into the PC gaming world. If you guys are new to this stuff, let me make this extremely clear. This is a gaming PC handheld, okay? They're gonna keep throwing that Xbox shit around for a while. This is an Xbox to an extent, but it is a PC gaming handheld first. This isn't a Nintendo Switch. This ain't a PlayStation Portal. This is a PC with a console-like experience. If you get this, you are now a PC gamer. I saw some leaks about this shit, and it was pretty fucking ugly. But seeing the complete version of this thing, it looks pretty cool. Jeremy said, this isn't just a new hardware. This is hardware backed by one of the big three. This device right here is going to be releasing this holiday. The ROG handhelds are already kind of confusing out the gate. All this is going to do is further the confusion. What this video is truly about is to get you guys up to speed of what this software is actually going to be doing for everyone. I want you guys to understand that you have more options at your disposal now. This software is going to bridge that gap between consoles and PCs really well. It might be a hard sell to convince people to get this new product depending on the price that it's going to be, but it's not going to be difficult to convince people to get the other Windows-based handhelds. I'm more of an Ally fan myself, but I feel like all of this information will transfer pretty easy over to other Windows-based devices. Let me explain what's happening with the software really fast before we dive into the Ally explanations. The problem with Windows is this right here. In Windows, you see all these tasks and stuff on your screen right now? Every computer that has Windows has a lot of background processes and shit going on, okay, that hinders the device's performance. That's the one thing that the Steam Deck had over any of these Windows-based handhelds. With Linux, there's not many background processes going on, if not at all. So whatever you see in front of you on the Steam Deck is pretty much like what's happening. But when you have a Windows-based handheld, not only is the game going on, but all the extra shit and all the extra processes in the background is going on, taken away from the device. So that can affect battery life, and that can even affect the performance you have in games. What's so important about this ROG Xbox Ally is here to fix that. They actually created whatever type of code they can around Windows that makes it so when you turn on this Xbox Ally, okay, it's not gonna be putting you automatically in the desktop mode. Like, that's gonna be turned off. What you're gonna pretty much see is this Xbox full screen app, whatever. This is the Xbox handheld, bro. I understand that it might be a collaboration. It might not be like a first party thing. Who the fuck cares, bro? This is like Microsoft trying to get their feet wet into it, but not fully commit. Doesn't matter. Whatever Xbox handheld could be like a first party one, fundamentally it's going to be the same thing. This is the Xbox handheld to me. These are all the current ROG handhelds right now. I know you see this right here. This is the ROG Ally. This is the original ROG Ally. I made this shit tiny for a reason. This don't exist. This is the adopted kid we don't give a fuck about, bro. He's just here so he can get the check every month. Focus on all of this over here. We're gonna name this doo-doo garbage. That's what that's gonna be called. We're just gonna name that. Ignore that. I say that because the original Ally has the AMD Ryzen Z1 chip and not the AMD Ryzen Z1 Extreme chip. That chip is high ass to put in this device that is uncomfortable, doesn't have good battery life, and I don't know, man, that wouldn't rival a Steam Deck. The Z1 Extreme was already a little rough around the edges, but at least it made up for it in performance. That one don't. And it's even more confusing because they look identical. So make sure when you're buying this, if you decide to, it says Z1 Extreme or you will hate yourself. This one is so fucking ass. It's so ass that Best Buy doesn't even list it anymore. I don't know if you noticed that or not. But when I came over here and I typed ROG Ally, you only get the Z1 Extreme processor version, the Ally X 1 terabyte, and the Ally X 2 terabyte. That shit is so fucking garbage that Best Buy don't even carry it anymore. That's why it's good not to even mention that shit anymore. Y'all also need to take into account, unlike ASUS, Lenovo, and Valve, Microsoft makes hardware to take a hit. They don't make profit off it. They make that back up with software, and they don't have to pay Windows licensing fees to themselves. So be mindful that they will ease up on the price. More than likely. Something that happened since my last video, the ROG Ally X originally cost $799, and it was $855 after taxes. That shit increased by $100 upon the reveal of this, bro. Whatever software that comes on this is gonna be transferable to all of these devices, even this bullshit right here. It's gonna be transferred to all of these devices that you'll be able to download. And what that does, that makes this one right here, the original Z1 Extreme, way more attractive. I know it says $649.99, but you can get this for like 400 something bucks, the Z1 Extreme. I think it's gonna be a lot easier to convince more people to come over to PC gaming. What I'm trying to lead up to, remember when I just told you, all the background processes and stuff take away from the performance of these devices. This new Xbox handheld alleviates that. And since that software can be pushed over this, not only is this ROG Ally X probably gonna get better performance and better battery life, the original Z1 Extreme, if it gets that software too, will have that. I want to focus on the Z1 Extreme because this device itself, performance-wise, is really good for what you're paying for. It can play low to medium graphics at like 720p, and you can get like 60 plus frames on any game that you play. The only bad side about this thing is the battery life. You only get like an hour worth of gameplay with this thing, and that's with all the resource intensive bullshit that comes with Windows. So imagine the Z1 with this new software where it doesn't have all that bloat taking away the battery life. This new software is supposed to save like 2 gigabytes plus of RAM. This Z1 Extreme has 16 gigabytes of RAM. 8 gigabytes of that is being taken away by Windows. So imagine this new software de-bloating it and fixing it. The battery life should improve on this thing, for sure. This is the JSOC's battery mod. If you were to come over here and pay 80 bucks for this bad boy right here, you can swap out the original ROG Ally's battery with this and immediately get an extra hour of battery life, which is almost the battery life performance you get out of the X. This is a plan for a future video, but I still have the original battery to the Z1 Extreme and my old Ally. So I'm gonna do tests with it being in its normal capacity. Then I'm gonna do tests with the new software with the old battery. Then I'm gonna test it with the new battery and the software and see what kind of gains we get. That's gonna be really interesting. I know the X is better than the Z1 Extreme, but it's only better in comfortability and battery life. Performance-wise, it's really not that much of a difference between one another. Here's the ROG handheld. To buy it brand spanking new, it's $649.99. Don't do that. I bought an open box version myself for 400 something bucks at the time, I think. So you can go get this device pretty much in excellent condition is what? Excellent condition, brand spanking new. Some jackass probably opened it and was like, nah, and then put it back in a box. You can get this shit for $456, bro. So for under $600, you can get a powerful portable PC handheld that you can swap with that battery mod I told you about right here. Do that $456 plus tax plus whatever this 80 bucks right here plus tax. You'll probably be around like 500, 600-ish bucks. It will be really powerful and it'll do whatever you need it to do. I wouldn't be surprised if when we finally get this software and we see what it does to the Z1 Extreme, I would not be surprised if this goes up in price too, if it benefits that much. That's what's happening with the ROG Ally X. They're seeing something we don't see yet. If you guys were on the fence about getting one of these ROG handhelds, now is probably the time to start making up your mind of what device you want to make your way towards. I'm going to do my part, and I'm going to do the video on what this does performance-wise when the software comes out. So I got your back on that. But this is probably the time that you guys should probably consider getting one of these, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm really excited about this. This is everything that we've been expecting it to be. And man, I'm happy, man. I don't know, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to contain myself right now. I can't help but nerd out about this. But if you guys need help with figuring out what these devices are truly, I did some deep dive videos and I even compared it to the Steam Deck. And I didn't do that shit where I didn't get it. Like, I've actually bought these devices and talked about them in length. So I'm going to leave those here on the screen for you now. So check that out. Look forward to the next one. Like and subscribe if you haven't. Peace.